Okay, let's just dive right in. Knowing where your money actually goes, I mean, that's fundamental, right? For any kind of solid financial footing.
Absolutely. It's the starting point.
But actually tracking everything, every coffee, every little online thing, it can feel like, just one more chore.
Totally. It can
Yeah.
feel overwhelming. So for this deep dive, we wanted to cut through some of that noise.
Right. We're looking at 10 digital tools today. Tools designed not just to track spending, but hopefully make it easier, maybe even give you some insights.
Exactly. Because the app stores, they're just packed with options. It's easy to get paralyzed by choice.
Yeah.
So we've sifted through them, picked out 10 that kind of tackle expense tracking from different angles, whether you're totally new to budgeting or like really into the data side of things.
We think there's something here for pretty much everyone.
Hopefully.
We've got tools that are almost automatic, others that really put you in control, and even some for like managing money together as a team. So the mission today, pretty simple. Arm you with the info to pick a tool, a digital helper, that gives you a clearer financial picture and ultimately more control.
Sounds like a plan. Where should we start?
How about with a big one, Mint. It's been around for a while.
Mint, yeah. Definitely a popular choice. And for good reason. Its main thing is connecting automatically to your accounts.
Checking, savings, credit cards.
Investments, loans, yeah. Pretty much everything.
Yeah.
And then it pulls in all that transaction data.
And tries to categorize it for you, right? Like groceries, gas, entertainment.
Exactly. Intelligently categorizes it. And the big plus here is the immediate visibility. You're not manually typing things in.
Right.
Mint just sort of paints this picture of where the money's actually going.
Hmm.
You might see habits you didn't even realize you had.
That automation is definitely appealing. And it does more than just show you past spending, doesn't it? It has alerts.
It does. You can set spending limits for your categories, like, say, dining out. And Mint can give you a heads up if you're getting close to that limit for the month. Helps you stay on track.
Okay. And we found a kind of pro tip for that, didn't we? You can sort of repurpose those alerts.
Yeah, this is pretty clever. You can customize the alerts to also remind you about upcoming bills.
Ah, okay. So it could help you avoid late fees, too.
Potentially, yeah. Double duty for those alerts. So, big picture, Mint is a great starting point if you want that broad, mostly hands-off overview.
Seeing the forest, not necessarily examining every leaf.
Exactly. Good analogy.
Okay, so that's Mint. Now, let's maybe switch gears.
Yeah.
What about for folks who want more direct control, more hands-on?
Right. For that, there's YLAB. You need a budget.
Catchy name.
It is. And it operates on a really specific idea. Zero-based budgeting.
Okay, what does that mean exactly?
Means every single dollar you bring in gets assigned a job.
A job, like,
Like rent, groceries, saving for that vacation, maybe just general savings. Everything has a purpose. The goal is income minus all your planned expenses and savings equals zero.
okay, so definitely more involved than Mint. You have to actively decide where every dollar goes.
You do. It requires more participation. But what users often find is that this active approach feels really empowering.
Makes sense. You're making conscious choices, not just seeing where money went.
Precisely. You're directing it. Yeah. And while the budgeting part is more manual, YNAB does still sync with your bank accounts.
Oh, okay. So you get real-time updates on balances and transactions.
Yes. So it's this blend, intentional planning, but with the convenience of digital tracking. It really clicks for people who are, very goal-focused. They see how their budgeting impacts their goals directly.
And if people are curious, they can try it out.
Yep. YNAB offers a 34-day free trial, which is, a pretty decent amount of time to see if that philosophy works for you.
Good to know. So Mint is more about awareness, maybe passive observation, and YNA is active planning and control.
That's a great way to put it. Two different mindsets, really.
All right. Next up, PocketGuard. This one seems to tackle a very specific, very common question.
It really does. PocketGuard is all about answering, can I actually afford this right now, in the moment?
How does it do that?
Well, it looks at your income, your recurring bills, your savings goals, all the essentials. And then it calculates what's left over, your safe-to-spend amount.
Okay. So not so much about past spending analysis or detailed future planning, but more about your current available cash flow.
Exactly. Here's what you can spend today or this week or this month without messing up your necessary payments or savings contributions.
That sounds simple, in a good way.
It's designed to be very straightforward, clean interface, easy to understand. Great for people who want that quick at-a-glance clarity without getting bogged down in tons of reports.
Yeah, I can see the appeal. If detailed budgeting feels overwhelming, this gives you a simple guardrail.
Minimum effort for useful clarity.
Okay. Now let's talk about every dollar. You mentioned Dave Ramsey earlier.
Yes, every dollar is closely tied to Dave Ramsey's financial teachings. And like YNAB, a core idea is giving every dollar a job. That zero-based budget concept again.
So create a monthly budget. Income minus expenses equals 0. What's different here compared to YNAB, say?
Well, the free version of every dollar really emphasizes manual control.
Meaning you type in all your transactions yourself.
Exactly. You input them and assign them to your budget categories manually. Now, they do have a premium version, Ramsey Plus Stack, that adds automatic bank syncing if you want it.
But the push is towards manual entry, at least initially.
Right. And the thinking behind that, which is actually quite interesting, is that the physical act of manually tracking forces you to be more aware.
More mindful of each purchase.
Yeah. It really connects you to where the money's going in a way automation sometimes doesn't. Even if you later upgrade, starting manually can build that awareness muscle.
That makes a lot of sense. Actually writing it down or typing it in makes it stick.
It often does.
Okay, let's move on to Good Budget. This one takes an old school idea and gives it a digital twist.
That's right. Good Budget is basically the traditional envelope budgeting system, but virtual.
The envelope system, like putting cash in physical envelopes for groceries, gas, fun money.
Exactly that. But instead of physical cash, you allocate your income into digital envelopes within the app for all your spending categories.
And when you spend, you just deduct it from the right virtual envelope.
Precisely. You see exactly how much is left in your grocery envelope or your entertainment envelope.
Okay, what stood out about this one?
It seems particularly good for couples or families
Why's that?
because it syncs really well across multiple devices. So both partners can see the envelope balances in real time, track spending together.
Promotes transparency. Everyone's on the same page about how much is left in the date night envelope.
Exactly. It fosters that shared understanding and responsibility. It's very visual, very clear.
Interesting. Okay, now let's pivot slightly. Expensify. This sounds more business-focused.
It is. Expensify is really tailored for tracking work or business-related expenses, which, let's face it, can be a huge pain.
Tell me about it. So what does it do?
Key features are things like receipt scanning. You just snap a photo with your phone, and it pulls out the merchant, date, amount.
Nice. Saves typing.
Definitely. It also does mileage logging, which is great if you drive for work. And it integrates with accounting software like QuickBooks.
Okay, so this sounds ideal for freelancers, small business owners.
People who travel a lot for work, anyone who needs to submit expense reports or track deductions for taxes, it streamlines that whole process.
Yeah, fills a specific but really important niche. Tracking business spending is different.
Very different. And often more complex.
All right, next on our list is Spendee. What's its angle?
Spendee seems to really lean into visual presentation, making your finances easy to grasp visually.
How so? Charts and graphs.
Yeah, lots of colorful, easy-to-read pie charts, bar graphs, that kind of thing. It shows you very clearly where your money's going by category.
Makes it intuitive to see, like, wow, I spend that much on takeout.
Exactly. Sometimes seeing it visually hits differently. We also noticed it has an option for shared wallets.
Shared wallets, like
Right.
for...
Could be roommates, splitting bills, maybe families managing a joint budget. Another way to handle shared finances within an app.
Does it automate tracking?
It does. It offers bank syncing too, so you get that automatic transaction import combined with the strong visuals.
Okay, visual clarity plus automation. Got it. Moving on to Wally. What's the vibe here?
Wally feels very clean, very minimal, designed for simplicity and ease of use, especially when you're out and about.
Mobile friendly.
Extremely. But a couple of things really make it stand out. One is support for multiple currencies.
Oh, interesting. So good for travelers.
Yeah, frequent international travelers or maybe expats.
Yeah.
It handles different currencies smoothly. And it also boasts really fast receipt scanning. Again, useful on the go.
Multi-currency is definitely a unique feature in this list. Does it do anything else notable?
You can also set and track savings goals right within Wally.
Connecting the tracking to the bigger picture.
Right. Linking your daily spending habits to those longer-term financial objectives. It's not just about the past, it's about building the future, too.
Very true. Okay, 2 more. And these seem specifically aimed at couples. First, Zata.
Yes, Zeta is explicitly designed for couples managing joint finances together. It's built for collaboration.
So features geared towards that.
Definitely. Tracking shared expenses, setting financial goals together, things that help partners get aligned on their money.
And what was the really standout point about Zeta?
It's free, completely free for couples to use.
Wow, okay. That's a big deal, especially for couples maybe just starting to combine finances.
Absolutely. The whole platform is geared towards transparency and communication between partners about money.
Makes sense. And the final one, Honeydew, also targets couples.
It does. Honeydew is another excellent option for partners managing money as a team. Similar focus on transparency.
What kind of features does Honeydew offer?
Things like letting partners chat about specific transactions right in the app.
Oh, like what was this charge for?
Exactly. Shared bill reminders, so both people see what's due. And just a clear, unified view of everything: accounts, spending, bills.
And you mentioned the visuals were good too.
Yeah, really user-friendly design, easy for both partners to quickly understand their combined financial situation.
Okay, wow. That's quite a range of tools we've just covered.
It really is. From the, simple automation of Mint or PocketGuard,
To the active control of YNAB or Every Dollar.
digital envelopes of good budget,
Yeah.
the business focus of Expensify.
And then the couple-focused tools like Zeta and Honeydew. There really does seem to be something for most preferences.
Whether you prioritize simplicity, control, automation, collaboration, it's out there.
So the key thing now for you listening is probably just to take that first step, right? Don't get stuck trying to pick the perfect one out of all 10.
Exactly. Pick one that just feels like it might fit, something that seems manageable for you right now.
And then, importantly, actually commit to using it for a bit.
Yeah, give it a real try.
Mhm.
We'd suggest at least a month. Consistent use for a month.
You won't really know if it works for you after just like 2 days.
Not at all. Need to let it gather some data, let yourself get used to the workflow.
So thinking about your own situation, your own financial style, what stands out? As you've been listening, did any of these tools make you think, maybe that's the one for me?
Which one sparked your interest as a potential starting point for getting a better handle on your expenses?
And please share your thoughts. If you try one, or if you're already using something you love, maybe one we didn't even mention, let us know in the comments.
Yeah, your experiences, your tips, they can be super helpful for other people on this same journey. It builds a great sense of community, and we can all learn from each other.